Good day, YouTube. I'm Daniel Claremont. I'm the Acadian therapist. I hope that you're doing well. This episode is going to be a little bit different than the other ones that I put up. I'm not sharing any education pieces in particular. Although when I first filmed this video, I had filmed it on Citadel Hill in Halifax. I think it was beautiful footage. Unfortunately, the audio was pretty much unusable, so I had to practice my own grounding and calming strategies and start over. So that's why you're in my office today. So specifically this video, I wanted to share my thoughts for the students out there. Recently I was noticing the leaves have started to change. Definitely it's getting darker a little bit earlier, and so there's this real feeling of change in the air, especially as we come up into September. And so this is a time of transition, it's a time of change and a time of great excitement and stress for the students out there. There's something about this time of year. I can think back to being a kid, waiting by the side of the road, waiting for the school bus to pick me up in front of the neighbor's place. That's just where the school bus stop was. I remember the Christmas in the air. I remember sometimes even the smell of wood smoke in the air, as like some people started to light fires to warm the house. I'm sure that that's going to be in the air soon here in Nova Scotia. But I remember being a kid and feeling so excited about seeing my friends again. Recess, I certainly loved recess. And that time of life was just marvelous. And so whoever you are, even if you're not a student, if you're a parent, maybe you can think back and try to capture that memory. And I find when it comes to trying to recapture memories, trying to think of a lot of senses. So the things that you could smell, the things that you could hear, the temperature, even the tastes of that time. What kind of sandwiches would you bring to school? Or what kind of lunches would you share? The excitement on the playground, all of those things. This is a time of year that is rich with those kinds of memories. So hopefully you're able to recapture some of those. If you're a student, if you're new to whatever grade that you're in particular if you're starting in middle school, if you're starting in high school, there's going to be nervousness, there's going to be fear, there's going to be anxiety. You're going to walk into that school and you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to be afraid of where your classes are. With this particular time in history, there's the fear about COVID as well and what that might mean. Will there be shutdowns? And so, understandable for there to be that kind of fear. When you walk into that school, you'll see the older students, especially those that are starting their last year of whatever school that is. And they walk around like gods, like they run the place. If this is you, if this is your last year of middle school, or elementary school, or high school, whatever it is, savor this time, because this time will never come again. Savor that feeling that you have made it to the top of this particular institution. Try to be kind and patient with the young people that are just starting, and try to remember what it was like to be in their shoes, how intimidating it all was. And also look ahead. Think about the next chapter, and that can bring fear as well. Especially if you're starting at university, same thing. There's the excitement, there's the liberation, there's the freedom. You might be on your own for the very first time, and if you're starting at university, this is why I was talking about this in Halifax. It brought back my undergrad years, 25 years ago now, at Dalhousie. And it was a time that changed my life. I met people, I had experiences that I could never have imagined having. I grew and I learned and I screwed up a whole lot. You're gonna make mistakes. Try to be as safe as you can. remember that you have a voice. Use it effectively. I think that university students, all students really, but I guess especially I think university students are more responsible for social change than any other demographic. The anger and the intensity and the passion to look at systems and to say, that's messed up. You need to change that, old people. And us old folks forget. We just get used to things being a certain way because we were told that. So don't lose your passion, don't lose your fire. However, also listen carefully. Be critical, be skeptical. So that's not the same as negative. There's a difference between being skeptical and being cynical. I'm sure I'll talk about it later. But question the things, be open to new ideas, and be open to learning, because you're going to learn a whole lot, and most of what you're going to learn is not the stuff that you ever thought you would learn. It's certainly not what you're expecting. And you're going to meet people with a whole wide range of perspectives. So if you're starting a university in particular, it's a heck of a ride. So you go ahead and enjoy that. For the teachers out there, September can be intense. It can be challenging. And in this era of COVID, even more so. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be concerned. Try to remember that this is not your first rodeo. You have been through this kind of thing before. You have been through COVID before. The longer we go, the more we learn how to adjust and adapt to this virus. And we are adapting. I like to think for the better. And the ways that we're changing for the worse, hopefully we'll address that. Probably those university students are going to help with that. Remember that emotional waves pass. This is for everybody. Emotional waves pass. You can always do some grounding stuff. I've got videos for it, but remember, no video is ever a substitute for getting professional help. So wherever you are in the world, hopefully you can find and access some resources that can help you with that. A simple resource is the Psychology Today website. So licensed professionals, they're required to meet certain standards to be listed on that site. However, you probably, if you're at university, if you're in high school, there are counseling services available. So explore those things. If you find it challenging to open up to a therapist or you've never done that before, hey, that's all right. It's intimidating. I get it. It's scary. You can check out my video. I think it's episode 21 called Therapy 101. And it's just, I consider it like an entry-level kind of thing. Don't worry, there's no test on it. But it's entry-level stuff that can help get started with seeking help. So this is for everybody. So teachers, you've got this. Best of luck to you. And last but certainly not least, the parents out there. You're going to feel all the things. It can be scary to send your kids off to school, especially with COVID. If your kids are in a transition stage, like they're in one of those grades I mentioned earlier, you might feel bittersweet. You can be proud and you can feel sad and you can feel wanting to cling and wanting to hang on, and that's okay. You're going to go through all of the things, and that's normal. Russ Harris talks beautifully about this, about how we want to feel good all the time. Of course, so do I. But this is not the nature of life. Life has these ups and downs, and that's not a mental health issue unless it takes root, unless it really gets in the way of the quality of your life. So learning to make space for those emotions and to ride those waves, you're going to get through it. You always have. You might not know how yet, but you're going to get through it. And that's pretty much all I have for this week, my friends. I wish you the best of luck. Again, don't forget I have a lot of videos. I have a whole playlist of mental health essentials, to learn a bit more about how you can ground yourself, there's a whole rest and relaxation and helpful distractions playlist. So I've got some resources just to explore. If there's anything else that I can do, feel free to comment, send me a message, whatever it is. You can find my website below. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me, really. I try to get back to people when I can. In the meantime, oh, and of course, if you see value in this content, like, subscribe, share, comment, that's always very helpful for me. Thank you very much. In the meantime, you take care, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.